Yo guys, how's it going? AK Moto here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be fixing up the 125, this right here. Now we have both the bikes chilling here. They're both a little bit dirty from my last ride at Murphy's last weekend. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, top right of your screen, one of these corners. I can never get it right. But yeah, today we got to wash up the bikes and get some stuff fixed out on the 125 because we got an issue that needs to be fixed and I've been delaying it for too long. So first order of business today, we got to wash up the bikes, get a quick little wash going. Honestly, the bikes aren't even that dirty, but we're gonna wash them anyway while we're in here. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so here we're going to start washing the bike. Now, as you guys have known, on this channel I've done a ton of bike wash videos. I'll link one in the top right of your screen right now, and I really haven't changed much since I made those last videos, but I have changed a couple things. One thing now is I use actually automotive car soap instead of like a power sports wash, because I find these actually tend to foam up a lot better than any kind of bike washes I've tried. And generally they're a lot cheaper actually by the volume when you buy them in bigger sizes and whatnot. But other than that, I still, carry the same wash process more or less, clean the chain, scrub the frame, and yeah, so let's get, terrible lighting. Let's get the bike all washed up here and get it all clean. Alright guys, so we got the bikes all cleaned up right back here. Spent a little bit of extra time cleaning them today, really getting them really nice and detailed because the weather is honestly beautiful out here today, and it's just that perfect season where it's just good to be outside. Anyway, we got the bikes all cleaned up, took the 125 out for a quick rip, and sometimes guys I do forget how much of a ripper this bike is with the head and all the work I did to it. I'll leave a link. I did an engine build video. I'll leave a link to it top right of your screen if you guys kind of want to see what I did to the engine of this bike to kind of give it a little more zip than stock. But it's a real ripper, man. She runs good and just got the jetting all dialed in on it, so I'm really happy where it's at. It's just we do need to fix one problem it does have. So guys, here on the rear wheel we actually have a problem where some of the spokes are breaking at the hub. When I built these wheels, unfortunately I used some really cheap spokes, and I don't know if it was just installation error somehow or what, but they're actually breaking at the point where they connect to the hub. You can see I got a zip tie on these ones because this one's actually broken. You see I got a couple silver ones already in here. These are stock because I've had this issue a couple times already. But you'll see here, you can see this spoke is totally loose. It's just not connected at the hub. It's not loose, it's just not connected. Head of it broke off. Those are good. It just seems like a couple on this side. This one's also having the same issue. None of the other spokes are having the issue though. It's just a couple on this one side of the wheel. The front's fine, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace those ones that are broken today. Unfortunately, you know, it sucks because we're gonna have to take off the tire. And this tire, while it's not fresh and new, you know, it's lost its edge, I really can't totally justify replacing it quite yet. So unfortunately, you know, although whenever I do take off a tire, I like to put a new one on, I am gonna be reusing this one. But yeah, we gotta get the tire off, replace like 2 or 3 broken spokes. I have some OEM ones laying around, so that's not gonna be an issue. Then we'll be all dialed in. Other than that, this bike's been treating me good. And then a similar story with the 250, which is right back there. We need to oil up some air filters. I have a ton of clean air filters, but none of them have filter oil on them. You can see a couple for the 125 right there, and I got some more for the 250 over there. We got to oil up some air filters and get some fresh air filters, at least in the 250. The 125's filter is fine, so I left it. But yeah, we got to get that rear wheel dialed in real quick. And yeah, let's just get it done. It's not going to be a fun job by any means, but it's something we need to get done, so let's do it.
As long as they supply us to drain our oil, we turn it back in the tank. It's actually we look at this like policy. You're going to relocate the bomb. We'll use factory we'll relocate it.
Alright guys, so I just had a bit of like a 100 IQ moment here. I might be able to just remove the spoke since the spoke actually broke where it meets the hub. I might be able to just unscrew it from the nipple that's already there and they're not stripped or anything. I might be able to unscrew it there, slide out the old broken spoke and slide in a new one from the hub. We'll see if it works. If it does, it's going to make my life a lot easier. I don't have to take off the tire, but I guess we'll see. Let's try it out.
Not only gives you new front and rear bumpers, but also improve the approach and the country. Basically, it's Hammer Day, and the only day that we're welding. I wouldn't know exactly how it's sick, but luckily, it's helping me out.
Alright guys, so luckily for us, we were actually able to remove the broken spokes out of the rear wheel without having to remove the tire and the tube and that whole stuff. So that definitely saves us a whole bunch of time. I just threw in some OEM spokes I had laying around. Luckily the spoke nipples were fine, they weren't seized, they weren't stripped. None of that, so that definitely saved us a ton of time. But one thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go in and check all the spokes real quick, just double check them, use a little spoke torque wrench, just double check the torque on all the spokes, front and rear wheel. And it's also been a while since we've done it on the 250. That one has the stock wheels, completely stock wheels, so we should be good, but we're gonna go in and check that anyway. So yeah, let's go quickly get all of our spokes kind of torqued, or at least checked, and then we should be dialed. Alright guys, so I just finished up checking the torque on the 250 spokes, and then we did the 125, so all is good to go now. So just a little recap, we got the bikes all washed up, prepped for their next ride. We got the 125 all fixed up because those broken spokes weren't quite ideal, but honestly I'm really happy that I was able to replace them without having to remove the tire. That saved us a lot of time and effort. And yeah, now the bikes are back to 100, all dialed in and ready for the next ride. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.